CEOs run the companies that you are trying to evaluate and understand. You make big decisions that are incredibly important to you and your company. And I think that it's quite interesting to chat to a CEO about how they view the very difficult job that you've got going. You've got decisions, you're starting a new project. Jason here is the CEO of Gowin, which is a company you may not have heard of, but we will be talking more with Gowin about what they do with their FPGA technology. So we thought we'd have a little chat with Jason about if you're thinking about using FPGAs in your next project, or you already use FPGAs, but you might be looking for a disruptive supplier, what Jason thinks about that process, and yes, obviously why you might want to choose Gowin in a future project. Let's be honest, that's what he's trying to achieve. But tell us, Jason, about when you're dealing with customers, tell us about the process by which you think that design engineers and companies like yours should go about that process.
Yes, choosing FPGA is not an easy task. FPGA is kind of a special semiconductors. The customer define the functionality. So for a customer to choose a right FPGA to implement their functionality is a crucial step. When I view this process, I often put foot in the customer's shoes. I visit a customer lot. I come to the shows because I want to learn from customer. What I learned is when the customer choosing FPGA, the FPGA is one component of the system. Sometimes they have to probably spend even more money, more resource to get the other components all in the system right.
Yeah.
So, an FPGA normally in the role to get everything together, such as doing bridging, such as doing the glue logics. So if the FPGA cannot work well with the system, means that a lot of customer investment in the front could be just lost.
Right. So in what you've just described there, FPGAs have been in this world for 40
years probably.
40 years. So,
Yeah.
you would think in many respects that's an established, that's a commoditized industry now. You would think, wouldn't you?
Well,
you just pluck your FPGA off, stick it in your system, off you go. But what you've just described there is even with a technology like FPGAs, 40 years down the line, there's big context involved in everything else that is there.
Especially for the FPGA, the customer actually doing their part of the IP, their part of design in our platform. So we provide the hardware, we provide the software. Sometimes we provide IP and the design support to help ease the process. But still, this is a complicated process.
Yeah.
Even with some older FPGA, but when you use it in your brand new system, doing the newest IP, it's always a challenge.
Yeah.
So we understand the part of this. So we are, as our one of practice, we are trying our best to support our customer, timely, resource-wise. We think what they need. Sometimes I even tell my sales guys, if you find the customer's best choice is not us, just let it go, because we want our customer success.
Yeah.
When our customer success, we also success.
Yeah.
So we understand that. Then we think we have the best support as for today to our customers.
Right. So, if you're considering FPGAs or you already use FPGAs, we know essentially we're talking about a market that's very much dominated by two players.
Well, you can say that.
No, but in terms of market share.
Sure.
Yeah? There's a disruptive one called Gowin who is going to eat into that. Today, I don't know whether they still call themselves Altera Xilinx, but AMD and Intel. Today, they are offering hundreds of options. You could perceive that, well, there's hundreds of them, one of them will work, but you're saying, no, it's not that simple.
No. Yeah. So first, I think Xilinx, Altera, this industrial giant, we really respect them.
Great
because,
companies.
They,
Great companies.
They started the industrial. We have our respect. But in the technology world, the things always evolve, right? Today, you see the leading company, the big company, always have to have the new product to attract their customer, right? If you stay in this kind of industry, don't do any innovation for a few years, you're behind. So we will, even there's a lot of existing FPGAs doing things, because the new requirement, new need, you need a new product, new functionality to meet that.
Yeah.
So I do see there are a lot of opportunities. Something like you said, maybe they missed, but just because of the new things come out, like AR, VR, you see those?
Yeah.
This is it's different than 20 years ago in the telecom boom,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So all this continuous evolvement of technology, continuous demand from market, the company keep innovate, the company keep bring out the new things, will have more opportunity.
Yeah.
So actually, I see a lot of opportunity today.
Yeah.
One example, like Gowin have this C5, in the FPGA. We are the only one doing that.
Yeah.
This is a brand new things, but even older things like USB, right? USB 2.0, well, 2000 defined the standard, but today there's still a lot of application, and then we are the only one can do the USB 2.05 in the FPGA fabric. Nobody else can do.
Right.
So this innovation bring
Which may be something that generally people just don't know.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Too. So that's what I really appreciate. We can have this conversation.
Yeah.
And I hope more engineers learn all this new technology.
Yeah.
Basically, they bring the value
Yeah.
to our customers. So this is the key. If we bring the value to customer, we will be success.
Yeah.
That's my belief.
So, our community is all about finding. They're faced with this really challenging environment, which, in my opinion, is going to get more and more challenging as the world adopts AI. The world, and I don't mean the ChatGPT, but I mean the central chips that sit in systems and stress everything out with their thirst for data, their thirst for speed, their thirst for power.
Absolutely.
It's going to change everything.
Yes, I totally agree.
It is literally going to change everything. We're literally going to start from the beginning again. So actually, let's just take AI as being the only trend we probably all need to worry about.
Okay.
As a CEO and visionary for your company, what do you see as the main challenges short term? Because it is always short term. You just talked about, development of products and things change really quickly. So there's no point saying, well, in 5 years' time, I think. Well, good luck with that. Where do you see those challenges coming for design engineers who are faced with that huge challenge where all bets are off?
Wow, this is a good question. I started my career as a design engineer, so I understand the work, especially when these new things come, right? A lot of people, I think today, if you are in the university, in the college, when new things happen, you feel like which path I should choose, right? Yeah. I think we are in that stage. Even we see some success,
which you are guessing. Apparently, I mean,
yes.
Essentially,
yes.
We're all in the guessing game at this point, aren't we?
Yeah, but I think it's okay. You don't have to bet. It's like you bet something wrong, your whole career is off. It's not like that.
No.
The key of the thing right now is the thing just started. Even you see the ChatGPT very successful, and you can see the most successful stories are still in the data center, right? But we all believe that AI is the future.
Yeah.
If it's the future, it will be in everywhere.
Yes.
And then where is everywhere now? Nothing yet. So there's still a lot of space for a company to catch up in terms of innovation, in terms of you have a really good product. I believe eventually it's diversified. It won't be dominate one company doing everything. If the AI really like you think can come into every aspect of our life, there will be a lot of company can thrive. Absolutely. So I think it is to be, learn whatever you have, but a lot of experience, from my experience, actually you learn when you're actually doing things.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So as long as you have that curiosity in your heart and working hard, you always have opportunities.
Yes, yes. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because I think that where this conversation started was I go around doing interviews like this all day, every day, talking to new technology, people trying to help design engineers make better decisions, disrupt, evaluate, understand, trust. And, I sense that you've got a very thirsty community, looking at the camera, very thirsty community who are desperate to go on that journey, commercially and personally, because they want to learn. By nature, they're disruptive. By nature, they're adventurous. 75% of design engineers, by the way, I'm making this fact up, are under 45. So essentially, they're still building their careers, they're still learning their job, and they do want to intellectually be stimulated and learn and grow. It's my instinct that many semiconductor companies aren't recognizing that.
As Gowin, we think we believe community. So we spend quite a resource and energy try to build up the community, open source community, etc. If you go to GitHub, you search for Gowin, you find hundreds of projects based on the Gowin.
Right.
So what we try to do is we believe to enable this vast of open source community or people to involve, you need to provide stuff, right? So we work with our partners, for example, like SIP, like others who can make a really nice and low-cost board. So we put the hardware in the people's hand.
Right.
And then we have these educational tools people can download for free. Okay, no license requirement, so that they can use the tool to do the design. And then we also build the content with partners, with university programs. Just try get all these elements in the hand of those open source or community guys. And then they can have this and put the great idea, put the innovation in here. So eventually, I think we try to do this kind of support, and then you're going to find some fruit out of this.
Yeah.
That's something we believe, and we, even as a start, with limited resource, we are trying to do this kind of work.
Right. So, community.
Yeah.
If you're embarking on what you think might be a project that might use FPGAs, or today you're using FPGAs and you need an alternative, we've just met with Jason, who's the CEO of Gowin, and his message to you is keep learning, keep playing, keep evaluating, share your knowledge, and go on that journey, and good things will come.
Well said.
So today, how easy is it to get an evaluation board from Gowin?
If you look at the community, sometimes they buy from AliExpress. You can have our 1K, 4K, 9K, 1020K, 25K, Mega 138K, Mega 60K.
I think he's got it covered off.
You got to order the board.
I think he might have something that you might be able to play with. Okay.
All right.
Very good.
Thank you very much.